to my channel. I'm Sarah Pavan, an Olympian and beach volleyball world champion and a longtime professional indoor player.
And I'm Adam, former indoor player and coach, current beach volleyball coach, and most importantly, Sarah's husband.
Today we're watching season 3, episode 4 of Haikyu called The Halo Around the Moon.
So, if I remember all of this correctly, and I'm not sure I always do, Suki is moon, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, he is gonna have a monster match, I think, for the rest of the time. It's gonna be all about him. That's my guess.
Oh dear. We'll find out, Oppie.
I'm not saying anything.
Last episode was focused on Tendo, the guess monster.
I still don't know how I feel about that title, but I like him as a character.
I mean, you could definitely see that he straight up was guessing. Like, he got them early and then was just running in the wrong direction a few times.
Yeah.
But as we were saying, the adjustments and the sort of learn on the fly improvements that we saw just in one set from Karasuno's side was quite inspiring. And Adam ended last episode throwing out a 27-25 victory for Karasuno in set 2.
And it's what? I think it's 24-24. I bet you this whole episode is 5 points.
It's not unheard of. We've been here before. But those are often the best ones.
100%.
Get into that nitty gritty.
I have been looking forward to watching this.
Well, everybody's been giving Adam, hyping him up for this episode, so he knows that it's your guys' favorite. We'll see if it is his favorite too. So let's do it. Season 3, episode 4 of Haikyu is coming right now.
Soft block king last episode. I love that for him.
Just a little snapshot of the end of last episode.
You ready?
It's 2015.
As he got hit in the face. Nice.
Love the metaphors they draw here.
Yeah, that's super cool.
It only took them almost 2 sets.
He's only hitting 950.
Well, me and the old guy are on the same page, so tell me what tsundere means, please. No, don't.
Oh, yeah, that's what I thought. The Crypt Keeper's about to fall apart.
Disintegrate. Dust.
Dusted.
さすがに毎回だとスタミナが心配だろうからな。せーの。
Yeah, baby.
Nice get.
Oh, dude. Captain Obvious to the rescue.
He's gonna dump it. Did he touch that?
He changed his arms in midair.
That's a perfect opportunity to dump. The end of the game, nobody thinks it's coming.
One side out, come on.
No, you gotta play it.
Okay.
Yeah, baby.
You just go for it.
I love that mentality. You've gotta go at that point. You've gotta swing.
Oh.
I don't love that Hinata's back in the front row. That is true though.
Right to the libero.
Yawn.
He
actually got a soft touch. Yes, Suki. Always nervous in the middle's passive free ball.
Right back at you. He's like, do not think you're gonna one up me, fool. Yeah, great job, King. Oh!
He is buying into being on the team.
And he's communicating what he's seeing.
Yeah, and he might be the smartest one when it comes to making reads and adjustments. Suga is also very good, but
no, Tsuki is very smart.
Yeah, he's top, I would say.
Look at that. Season 1 Tsukishima never ever would have communicated that to Hinata. He would have just been snarky, making fun of him, whatever, like.
It's to see him kind of coming into his own, and this is the thing I love about teams, is that he doesn't have to be anyone other than himself, but he's finding a way to bring value and to help everybody out in his own way. And that I think is really cool.
He is fitting into his role, starting to like kind of understand what his puzzle piece is here.
Yeah.
And I love that back-to-back dunk.
Oh, 100%.
You know, like, oh.
I like setters with a little sass, with a little gumption. You want to have a little attitude. They have to get along with everybody most of the time, and you want them to build up their hitters, but to have that grit and to go at it and that competitiveness, I love that.
Nice day, Osama.
That was a big point.
Huge point.
至極当然のことでしょうが、ほんと連続して得点するのって難しいですね。
攻撃のチャンスが交互に与えられる仕組みだからな。それに終盤になれば。
Nice. Come on! Free ball.
You gotta score. Go to the left. Oh, that's a clean kill. Tanaka has been stepping up his game.
He's steady. He is pretty steady.
Yeah.
10番に視線が集まっていると分かって5番へ上げたのか。影山ナイストス。いや、ちょっとトス早かったっす。させん。自分に厳しいのに。日向に目の前ちょろちょろされるのほんとムカつくな。盛大に暴れてよ。変人コンビ。
That was a really nice pickup by the middle though on the joust.
Oh my gosh,
probably
that
should
drove
have
me
gone down.
crazy.
Oh, let's see what the Crypt Keeper's got for advice here.
He's probably just gonna yell at them.
I think he's gonna tell him to leave Hinata 101.
Because he doesn't hit super hard.
Yeah, make him score. I don't mind that share.
Simple.
He's just gonna sulk on the bench. Not much information, but maybe just ice the server, give him something to think about. I don't mind it. They've been here before, they know how to score.
Well, they're not playing bad.
No.
Karasuno's just playing better.
Mm-hmm.
しんどくても焦っても楽すんじゃねえぞ。
あと2点が取れない。
多分お互いに思ってるだろうな。ただカラスノはこのセットを落とせばもう後がない。頼むぞ。
Hard to come back from
Yeah,
3-0.
it's tough to come back from down 2-0.
Especially as the underdog.
白鳥沢ピンチサーバーですか。
With those lips.
Ooh, a spin serve, pinch server.
Okay.
Recycle.
Oh dear.
Oh boy.
Suga 2.0, baby.
Yeah. passing is broken down.
一本集中。はい、さあ。大丈夫。くそ、短い。よし、乱した。
That's a nice connection.
Oh, dang.
そっからそこかよ。めちゃくちゃだな。
ひなた大好き。
理屈が通じないのはこっちも同じみ
Ho
たいだ。
ho!
Pulls the sleeve up. Wow. Wow.
ブレイクしてくれ。
Sorry, you got scored.
ブロック3枚。
Ooh!
すげえ。
From the back row, that
That was a
angle.
bomb.
今の内輪か力7割くらいだろう。お前取れんのかよ。無理ですけども。
Oh, what?
すんません、ネットチケ。
He did look pretty trapped.
Yeah.
まだだ。まだこっから。シャウさんナイスだ。オライ。ナイスレシーブ。ライト。
Was that Daichi? Who was that?
Boy, bring a little heat.
Don't sleep on Daichi,
僕
baby.
が牛若に勝てるわけないじゃん。体が違う。経験が違う。バレエに費やしてきた時間も違う。勝てるわけがないでしょ。
You don't need to beat him on your own.
ただ
I think that's just the translation. I think it just meant like head to head.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It's not, he wasn't talking about like an individual beating a team or anything.
Got it.
It's just like, do I think that I could beat Angapeth? No. If
Fair.
I went head to head with Angapeth, I would be eating leather. I think that's, yeah. That's
Yeah,
what he meant.
okay, got it. Oh man, just back and forth. I will say, Asahi had a shot though. Like that ball needs to go down. at
One
that
on
point.
one.
One on one.
Right at the libero, are you kidding me?
You need to score. That's like, to me, watching that, that's maybe a TSN turning point. Like that's your opportunity on a transition ball, and they're not passing well. Like Shiratori's, I was putting them under more pressure more consistently. If they keep going like this, it doesn't look like it's in their favor.
I mean, they're getting bombed with serves.
Yeah.
They're not getting aced anymore.
No, but I'm saying, like, over the course of, if this keeps going and they can keep, Shiratorizawa can keep serving that hard, the court's tilted in their favor.
Eita, this pinch server, is literally like Suga. He
Yeah.
even looks like him.
Yeah.
And then he came in, they ran the special dipsy doodle play like Karasuno does.
Yeah, fair.
Anyways, I just wanted to explain that.
No, I appreciate that, because that's kind of what I was thinking of.
日向のおとりがあるうちになんとかブレイクしたかったな。光栄に行った日向の心もとなさよ。
Oh boy.
サーブも
Oh
ディグも
gosh.
へったくそ。
He sucks at serving and digging. That's
Short
it.
serve?
日向大佐。
No, he's giving him something to think about.
あの5番のゲスブロックが120点か0点のどちらかならリードブロック
I think that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah. Get him. Yes. Chip away. Chip away. Touch it. Go, Hinata.
Yeah, baby.
Come on.
He's like, okay.
Come on, Asahi. Are you kidding me? A quick from the back row.
Run it, baby. That's what he said.
What?
Nice one, T.
That's what he was telling him when he was going back to serve. Run the pipe.
Run the pipe first tempo, 0 tempo.
そもそもここで終わりだったかもしれないだろう。調ぶ。俺に集めろ。
Gather them to me.
Just drop.
ここでジャッジミスったら殺される。言い出した。すいません。任せろし。そんなに揃った。
Finish it with a block.
Holy!
I mean, that's a good block.
He's like, keep the sets coming to me.
I mean, when you have a stud, you set the stud.
Feed the plant.
一刀両断に断ち切るというか。後手に回るな。攻めるぞ。
Miss.
Nice up. Good recycle. Come on.
That's probably out. Did you get him in the face?
Daichi
Alright.
is doing work.
That's my boy.
Just need to take a breath. Just need a breather here.
But this is what it should be like. Back and forth, soft touch. They've had chances. They've applied a little more pressure, got them out of system. I mean, it can go either way at this point, but this is what you expect from two good teams in a final.
I love Tsukishima's analysis of the blocking. As a guy who guesses on the block, you're either looking like $1,000,000 or you're looking like a real idiot. Whereas with like read blocking, it's like, it's not gonna ever be as flashy or necessarily as impressive, but the consistency is there. And I think that the way he explained that was so good.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I also like the metaphor of putting them under stress. Like when you guess block and then you have a one-on-one, it's a free swing for the hitter. But if you're always worried about that hand getting there, 1.5 blocks, 2 blocks, it's in the hitter's mind.
Well, and the setter.
And the setter, oh, absolutely. And so you're always thinking about something in that case. I agree with that.
Oh man, that looked like it wasn't
Yo,
gonna
who's talking about my pinch server not being able to do anything? He is getting shelled. Absolutely shelled.
He's doing his job though.
Get him. Drop your hand. Gotcha! That is the best feeling in the sport. Right there. hope his fingers are okay.
僕が牛若に勝てるわけないじゃん。ただ何本か止めてやろうと思ってるだけ。
That was close.
たかがブロック1本、たかが25点中の1点、たかが部活。
Not anymore.
もしもその瞬間が来たら、俺がお前がバレーにはまる瞬間だ。今の牛若のスパイク、助走もジャンプも余裕がなかった。多分トスがほんの少しだけネットに近く低かったから、月島はそれを見逃さなかった。いや、待ってたのか。ブロックで止められなくても戦えるとか言ってマジすんませんでした。
Yeah, boy.
頭がいいから、バレエもそれ以外のことも常にいろいろ考えてる人だと思うんですが。
あいつ偏屈だろ。ごめんな。
いえ、そんな。でも今月島くんは一本のスパイクを止めることだけを考えていたんだなと思いました。ただ純粋にテストの
Oh. I was like, Adam, shut up and pay attention, okay? You're like, that's the greatest thing ever in volleyball. I'm like, shh. Oh.
I had about 100 things run through my brain and now I can't remember any of them.
Oh my gosh.
I love that for him.
Oh my gosh.
Just, I mean, getting a stuff block is a great feeling. Getting it to end the match, or the set, is an amazing feeling. Getting it against the best player, ugh, so good.
Oh my gosh, you're thinking so basic right now.
I know.
That play was like so profound. It was about so much.
I get
More than blocking is cool.
I get that, but I'm enjoying the moment. I'm reliving that moment myself. I'm just feeling it. But I will say before we get into anything else, and I know this is a pet peeve of yours, when people lose their mind when they get like one block on the best player, that's part of what I was thinking about when I watched that. Because it's like,
He's like, I literally have scored 38 points Okay, and this whole gym is gonna lose their mind right now because I get stopped one time. Thank you.
On a
I
set
actually
that's
was
put into his hands, and he had nowhere else
on
to
a
go.
set that I literally tried to make the best of nothing. I actually did. That did flash through my mind briefly, but then I was like, no, Sarah, this is about Tsukishima. Stop it.
So I hear you. I thought about that when I saw it. And it's tough that it's the last point of the set, but that being said, he also left him the seam so he could see that was his out, which I thought was really smart. And then dropped it in there so that he couldn't just go into the sharp angle as a lefty.
He worked and worked and worked the whole match to have that setter get frazzled for that 1 point and to be able to capitalize on it. Everything that he was doing was for that moment, and it just proves Tsukishima's playing chess while the rest of these people are playing checkers.
Absolutely. And this to me is interesting, like from a coaching standpoint. This is why you talk to athletes and teams about being consistent, about doing the right thing all the time, because you never know when that's gonna pay off. When you can't, as a middle blocker, you can't take one play off. You can't do any of that because that's what happens. You never know when that pressure is gonna work in your favor. This is gonna be a turning point for him as a leader on the team. Everybody's gonna come to him. You could see Kageyama thinking about, he's been planning this. You could see the gears spinning about how smart he was and what he was looking for. This changes the dynamic of the team, in my opinion.
But that is the first time that we've ever seen like raw emotion from him either. And that flashback of him, you know, saying that he doesn't think he can compete with Ushijima, and then his conversation with Bokuto, but like you just have to have that one moment that gets you hooked on volleyball, and just like you see all, like literally every single thing that we've seen from his story up to this point, like culminated in that, and it all served a purpose. And it was just like the longest game ever, but it was so worth it.
Yeah.
For that finish. Oh my gosh.
And I love that moment played into his personality. It wasn't a massive kill. It wasn't a triple block where you knew where it was going, even though he started taking control of the net with his teammates, which I also loved and didn't mention. But that play was about his analytical mind, how he processes information, how he sets it up. Like I think it's so cool that his moment that's gonna get him passionate about volleyball links so well with who he is as a person. That to me is amazing.
Beautiful episode.
Yeah.
That moment ranks among one of the top in Haikyu for me, honestly.
Oh, I totally get that. I completely understand. And I was a little nervous. You know how when people hype up an episode, and there were no spoilers, but there was, I can't wait for season 3, episode 4. And
you're like, damn, I hope I like it as much as you want me to like it.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. There's a little bit of pressure there, I think. And I mean, obviously I should not be surprised it didn't disappoint.
I also love that Yamaguchi was the only one that like truly believed in Tsukishima's abilities, you know? Like everybody's like, oh, he's unstoppable. Like Yamaguchi knew, you know? And I just like love that.
And I think that's part of, it's interesting mindset wise. When you're in a sport, there are certain people who just get a reputation, and their reputation is worth points. Because everyone's like, that guy's so good. But Suki doesn't really care about volleyball. He doesn't care about the people on the other team. He's not obsessed with it like the other ones, so they don't sit on a pedestal. It's just a problem to solve. And I think in this case, that really works in his favor.
Great episode.
Loved it.
Adam was right. Karasuno won this set. He was just a little bit off on the score, but we'll give it to you. Let us know your thoughts. We are clearly loving this. Season 3 is for sure living up to the hype. What do you think?
Absolutely.
Excellent. Another sob fest from me as expected. But let us know what you're thinking in the comments below. And as always, we'd be so excited if you would like this video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for more Haikyu next week. Thanks, guys.